The University of Maine System, a network of 8 public colleges in the state, says the U.S. Department of Agriculture has temporarily paused millions of dollars in federal funding pending a review of compliance with a new order aimed at banning transgender athletes. The freeze comes after President Trump had a tense exchange with Maine's Democratic Governor, Janet Mills, at the White House last month.
Is Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Down here,
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state. Good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one.
The day after the argument, the USDA launched a compliance review, accusing the Maine University system of disregarding President Trump's order to keep transgender athletes out of women's sports, which he reaffirmed in his March 4th address to a joint session of Congress.
And our country will be woke no longer. I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
In 2024, the USDA gave the University of Maine System about $30 million in funding, with frozen grants impacting research to understand contamination on Maine farms, as well as money for youth programs, fishermen, and foresters. According to the USDA order, the pause will remain in effect until further notice, until all actions related to possible violations are evaluated. The school system said Tuesday that it had provided responses to the USDA, confirming its athletic programs were in compliance with state and federal law, as well as the National Collegiate Athletic Association's policy barring varsity athletes assigned male at birth from competing in women's sports. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Kennedy Felton. For all the latest news headlines, download the Straight Arrow News app today.